Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton says the 100-day deportation freeze violates a contractual agreement between Texas and the DHS.
Yeah, we'll file a lawsuit very quickly if they do not quickly reverse course and continue to enforce the laws that were passed by Congress.
So a large number of individuals who have committed crimes, serious crimes, will be released into the community in Texas. A lot of government expenditures will have to be made.
He says he expects the Biden administration will do everything it can to prevent a surge of migrants across the border so that Congress may be more likely to pass a newly proposed bill to fast-track citizenship. But he says this deportation freeze will most likely cause more illegal entry attempts.
He rescinded that, and he's also said instead of deporting illegal immigrants that are caught in the United States, whether it's from a visa that's been overstayed or because they entered the country illegally and never were supposed to be here in the first place, they're not going to be deported anymore. As of yesterday, a freeze on deportation. So now this makes more sense. The AG of Texas has said either immediately rescind the illegal unconscionable deportation freeze or Texas is going to sue. As the AG, he's putting Americans first, he's putting Texans first, and he says the dangerous aliens must be deported. Well, number one, that's the law. So why would you have an executive order that supersedes the law and says, no, we're going to protect these people, even though legally they are criminals, because, hey, we want to. I'm Joe Biden. Give me a break.
Now, it says that they're going to prioritize the removal of people who entered after a specific date, but once that individual's in the United States, there's no real way for ICE to determine when that person entered.
The freeze would place restrictions on border control agents, and since Texas is a border state, it means they'll face the brunt of it.
This is illegal because the executive branch, the president, their obligation is to enforce federal law, and federal law set by Congress involves deportation of people who are here illegally. Just to unilaterally say that we're no longer going to deal with immigration the way federal law applies is illegal. In addition, we had an agreement with the Department of Homeland Security that they would inform us of changes to immigration law and how they were going to handle it. That has not happened under our agreement.
So what do you want to see? I mean, yesterday, President Biden, in one swoop, not only froze the deportations, but also stopped all construction of the border wall.
Yeah, it's really sad. I mean, what President Trump did for Texas and for the nation as it relates to immigration was really remarkable. It was like nothing else that had been done by any other president. And we've had a dramatic change in our immigration issues in Texas. It affects us in a great way. We're along the border. It costs us a lot of money. We have health issues as it relates to COVID coming into our nation. And these people, we don't know what their health issues are, but we do know one thing. We're going to have greater law enforcement issues. We're going to have greater health care costs, greater education costs. It does impact Texans every day.
New details. Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton is suing the Biden administration to allow deportations to resume. Beginning today, the Department of Homeland Security will have a 100-day pause on deportations for thousands of non-citizens. President Biden's goal is to review and reset enforcement policies and ensure that resources are dedicated to the most pressing challenges. Paxton claims the move violates the Constitution, and failure to properly enforce the law will directly and immediately endanger Texans.
Yeah, we'll file a lawsuit very quickly if they do not quickly reverse course and continue to enforce the laws that were passed by Congress.
The DHS claims the purpose of the deportation freeze is to rebuild fair and effective asylum procedures and to respond to threats to national security, public safety, and border security.
They were things that were actually being prioritized by the Trump administration. So it's a little confusing as to why exactly the Biden administration didn't go back to the old Obama administration guidance. But for some reason, this is actually much more restrictive with respect to ICE.
Texas Attorney General called the deportation freeze a blanket halt that, if unchecked, could give the Biden administration a gateway to bypass Congress for future immigration reform. The Attorney General's lawsuit has already gained the support of Texas Governor Greg Abbott.
Joe Biden vowed to roll back the Trump administration's crackdown on immigration, push for climate change policies, and amnesty for thousands of American students in debt within the first 100 days of his administration. Texas will almost certainly fight Joe Biden's policies every step of the way. Many people expect Texas to revive dozens of cases against the Obama administration, such as the Clean Power Plan, the repeal of Obama's protection against trafficking of children into the country illegally, and the end of Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act.
Texas is legally challenging Homeland Security's moratorium on most deportations. The state's Attorney General's office said last night they'd take action if DHS didn't change course. The department is pausing deportations pending a review. There are exceptions, including those who are considered threats to the U.S.
In a Sunday tweet, Governor Greg Abbott shared this Newsmax article and commented, "A new crop of Texas-led lawsuits await Joe Biden's White House. Texas will take action whenever the federal government encroaches on states' rights or interferes with constitutional rights, or private property rights, or the rights to earn a living."
Senator Cruz did not pull any punches in a Facebook post. He criticized President Biden's executive orders on immigration. Cruz says illegal immigration is a threat to American jobs. And the Republican senator says the president's executive order preserving DACA, or the Deferred Action Against Childhood Arrivals, promotes open borders legislation that would grant permanent citizenship to over 11 million illegal immigrants.
What do you think Joe Biden needs to do to be a good president?
Well, he's going to have to get everyone together first, get the whole United States together again. And I don't know that he can do that because he's got too many people behind him that's against getting the Trump supporters together with Democrats.
He's going to have to keep the people together and quit being so divisive.
If Joe Biden walked into your salon and said, "Debbie, I'd like an opinion from a Trump voter, someone who voted for Trump twice. What can I do to make you like me, to make you think I'm a good president?" What would you say to him? First thing.
That's really hard because I'm just go blank right now. Just try to unify this country. Try to, listen to both sides and meet in the middle, compromise with the Republicans.
So is there any chance you could see him being a good president?
No.
So you've given up on him already?
I ain't had faith in him in 47 years, and I'm only 44 years old.
I will always fight for you. I will be watching, I will be listening, and I will tell you that the future of this country has never been better. I wish the new administration great luck and great success. I think they'll have great success. They have the foundation to do something really spectacular. And again, we put it in a position like it's never been before, despite the worst plague to hit since, I guess you'd say 1917, over 100 years ago. And despite that, the things that we've done have been just incredible, and I couldn't have done it without you. So just a goodbye. We love you. We will be back in some form.